Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to my very first live video. Now what is this video going to be about? Now this video is going to be about moi. So what I did, I asked a few of my friends to submit some questions that they would like for me to answer in this Q&A segment. And they did. They submitted 25 questions. So I'll be answering those questions that will be telling you a bit about me. Behind the scenes, my husband will be asking these questions. So do enjoy.
All right, let the Q&A session begin. The first question, what is your name?
So my entire name is Sheantta Alexis Henry.
What is the meaning of Sheantta Alexis Henry?
Funny enough, I would say about a few months ago, because I've been searching over time for meaning, what is the meaning of Sheantta, because it's so unique. And of recent I found out they actually have a meaning, or a few meanings actually. And a few of these meanings are seriousness, thoughtfulness, wisdom, caring. Alexis, I found out, means defender and helper.
Wonderful. So tell us, where did you grow up?
I am from Guyana, South America. For those of you that are not from Guyana, I am from Guyana, beautiful country Guyana. For those of you that are a part of Guyana, I am from Berbice, Currentine.
So more interesting. I know a woman never reveals her actual age, but tell us, how old are you?
I am not one of those women because I'm always proud of my age. A lot of persons would not have made it to see this age. So I am 33 years old. I was born on the 4th of May.
You don't look a day over 20.
I know.
So do you have any siblings?
Yes, I do. For my mother, I'm the only child. And from my father's side, I am the eldest of 6.
Okay. Do you have a favorite color?
I had a favorite color, but now I have a few favorite colors. These include blue, white, purple, and I'm looking at this video, I'm seeing the yellow look really good, so I love yellow as well a bit. Yes, yellow, among a few others.
All right. So somebody wants to ask a ministry question. They want to know, how long have you been dancing?
So this question took me down a bit in terms of memory lane. And when I did the check, I've been dancing for about 15 years. I didn't even realize that it was so long. Yeah, I've been in the ministry of dance for 15 years or more.
That's a long time.
Yes.
All right. Somebody wants to know, who was your biggest inspiration growing as a dance minister and why?
To be honest, growing up, when I started to dance, it was more so of, it was in church, but it was more so of being better than the next person. But then as I got to understand ministry better, it was just being better than the person I was yesterday in terms of ministry. But then when I went to the first Eagles Caribbean Network Summit in Trinidad, I met Apostle Samaya White, and her ministry, something about her ministry drew me in terms of, she was very in terms of how I used to do dance or choreograph dance. To some extent, you just put together moves and you don't take time to really understand the meaning of the movement, the song that you choose, the color and all this stuff. And her ministry drew me in because when she did her piece at that summit, you could see that she took her time in putting together the movements and all these things, and that drew me. I bought 2 books from her, and they really helped me in terms of choreography and understanding ministry better. So I would say at this point, one of the persons would be Apostle Samaya White.
Wonderful. So this is a very interesting question. It says, if you had to make a documentary or movie about your life, what would your favorite scene be and why?
Interesting. If I am to make a movie or a documentary about my life, my favorite scenes would definitely be all the scenes with my mom involved because she's no longer with me. So I would cherish and enjoy all of those scenes and moments. Yes.
Right, wonderful answer. Question 10. It says, if you had to go back in time, what would you tell your younger self?
Uh, if you had asked me this question maybe a few years ago, I would have had a list of things, but then over time, experience would have taught me different, and I see things differently now. So there's not much I would change, except as a younger person, I was a bit timid and had a lot of insecurities. So one thing I would go back in time and tell my younger self is to love herself, love young Sheantta. Embrace who you are and try not to be like anybody else, and always try to make smart choices. Yes.
Right. Somebody would like to know, what are some steps one must take to be effective in their ministry of dance?
Good question. So for your ministry of dance, and not just ministry, any ministry that you're in, you need to spend time in the Word of God. You need to spend time with God, have a relationship, and have a prayer time with Him. You need to better your craft. Get trained, basically, as it relates to dance. Get trained. We never know everything. There's always something else to learn. Look videos if you need to. Attend a dance school. Attend workshops, seminars, whatever you need to better yourself, to get exposure in terms of that. Buy books. These are all areas you can use to better your dance ministry.
So basically, investing in yourself.
Correct.
All right. Next question. What is the difference between a dancer and a dance minister?
A dancer basically they try to master their craft to the best of their ability. They learn it to perfection. Some may, and they basically do this merely for the purpose of performance. For a dance minister, however, the key word in that whole sentence or that statement, dance minister. Minister is the key word. A minister or your ministry is basically to serve. So our main focus should always be to bring persons to Christ, to lead them to Christ through our movements, through our ministry, through our lifestyle. So that is the difference between a dancer and a dance ministry. Our ministry as a dance minister is to bring persons to Christ, to liberate persons, to even liberate ourselves. Yeah.
All right, I like that answer. The other question, what is your advice to young dance ministers in regards to overcoming challenges which may test their faith and ministry?
I believe as a young dance minister, if you're having this particular struggle, you need to firstly have a relation. I honestly believe having a personal relationship with God makes the difference. Not going to church, not going to the different conferences and all of that is good. Don't get me wrong, this is good. But then do you know the person? Do you know Jesus for yourself? And do you experience Him for yourself? So having a relationship with Him is something I would definitely tell the person they need to do, and to surround themselves with persons that are sound, that could help them. Because if you're struggling, I'm guessing that maybe you're a babe in some area, and obviously, as I said before, we're all learning. So you need to surround yourself with persons that could push you, or I would like to say destiny pushers, persons that see beyond even what you see in yourself or for yourself. They see ahead of you. They see what you can become, so they can push you to be the best person to fulfill purpose.
Wonderful. The next question, how do you manage your life as a Christian, being around others who are not Christian, and why aren't you not influenced by what is going on around you?
As this question takes me back to when I was younger, and as we Caribbean people know it, when my mother used to scold me for not hearing or listening or whatever reason. I remember I used to just stand there and take my licks, as we know it, and shed no tear when she's finished, I would go off. And I know that this used to get her upset. And one thing she used to say, if you were so stubborn, if you would learn to use the stubbornness you have for good, you would be so good at a lot of stuff. You would be a better individual. And over time, I've learned to actually, as they would say, divert that stubbornness for my good. So after I came to Christ, mind you, came to Christ, I got baptized. That is one thing. I got baptized, I was in church and so on. You know, you're still 1 foot in, 1 foot out. But once I got to know Jesus for myself, was a different thing. I came to the place where I vowed, or I said to myself, if I'm going to live for God, I'm going to live for Him 100%, all or nothing. So with that decision, I've decided that regardless of what crowd I'm in, regardless of what platform or whatever the case may be, I'm always going to let my light shine. I'm not going to fit in. I always try to stand out, and I always try to let my life be a living testimony. I would normally tell persons as well, some persons would never ever come and go into a church building to sit and listen to a preacher from a pulpit, but they are always looking at you that proclaim to be the Christian, your lifestyle. They may never read a Bible, but your life is a living testimony, the living word. So that is basically what I live on, my foundation, to not cave to what is going on. And all of this makes it easier for me to evangelize and to reach out to persons to tell them about Christ, because they can look at my life, look at what comes out of my mouth, and match it to who I say I am or who I'm proclaiming to be. Yeah, that was a mouthful, but yes.
It was. Indeed it was. But it was necessary. Another question. What advice would you give to a person who is being ridiculed because of their reluctance to compromise their relationship with God?
So listen to me, whoever asks this question and whoever else this could actually help. Hold your ground. Stay in God, stay with God. Because I have seen this happen, and I truly believe it. The same set of people that are ridiculing you or pushing you to compromise your standard, the same set of persons that are going to turn back and judge you when you decide to go with them. Or let's say, for example, you decide to join them and drink or whatever. They said, but she was the one or he was the one who said he's a sister, or this kind of stuff. Hold your ground. If you're living for God, live for God. If you haven't, make sure, and again, I can't emphasize enough, you need to have a relationship with God. So you know who God is to you, and at the end of the day, that is what matters. So yeah, that's basically my advice, the advice that I would give.
I like that. So we have another question. I like this one. It says, I believe God is resourceful. He leaves nothing to waste. Nothing happens by chance. What would you say was one of the major seasons of your life which God used to propel you?
I love that. And I believe that as well, that God don't waste anything. As long as we allow Him to use what might have happened to us. We have to allow Him, of course. As I would normally tell persons, He's a gentleman. He's not going to force Himself on us. We have to give Him permission. So with this being said, for me, one of the seasons would have been the past year and change after I lost my mom. I have seen and I've learned over that short period of time the importance of time, that we don't have it, and the importance of purpose in terms of fulfilling your purpose now. Now is the time. We don't have, we're not promised tomorrow. And I've seen God within that period of time push me, shift me out of my comfortable place. Because look at me now, I'm sitting here doing a YouTube video. This is not something that I thought that I would have done. I mean, I always wanted to have a platform where I can meet more persons or spread the gospel, but it's not something I think would have happened now. But within that time, God would have really stretched me, pushed me, and shifted my mindset, basically. So that was my season of pushing out, launching out further.
All right. You mentioned earlier about investing in oneself. The other question asks, are you studying anything presently?
Yes, actually, I am at the University of Guyana pursuing a degree to become a physical therapist. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes.
Right. What are your favorite things to do?
Of course, dance. Dance is one of my favorite things to do. I love to sleep. Yes, I love to sleep. I love a good sleep. I love to read a good book. I love to be around persons that could have healthy, fun conversation with that could, when you leave their presence, you're motivated or challenged to better yourself. I love to watch television, a good movie. Yeah, those are. Oh, I love to sing. I love to sing. Love to sing. I mean, it's an area I'm still working on, but I love to sing as well. Those are there are a few.
All right. So you're doing so very well with the interview so far. Very photogenic. So the other question is, are you used to speaking to a camera?
No. No. Can you tell? No, I'm not. I'm not used to speaking to a camera. I would normally tell persons as well. If I believe I have a lot to say, and something that would have held me back over the years is having a lot of insecurities in terms of speaking and these kind of stuff. And another thing is, I always say, if you put me at the pulpit or in front of a camera, I don't know what will happen. But here I am. As I said, between the past year and change, God have really been doing a new thing in my life, and I'm just allowing Him. So here I am.
Growth.
Yes.
Yeah. Another question. What are 3 things you hold dear?
My mother, my salvation, and my husband.
Who's behind the scenes? Yeah. So we move on. How do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
So in the next 5 years, I see myself as a businesswoman in a position of influence where I can help other young women to find purpose, to venture out into business, and to live their best life on earth. I see myself as a motivational speaker in the next 5 years, and of course, I see myself obtaining that degree from the University of Guyana. Yeah.
All right. I think that's fair. This other question is pretty interesting, and I'm sure a lot of persons would want to know this. What is or are your greatest fears?
So my greatest fears, one would have been losing my mother, which I already experienced. I'm still here by the grace of God. The other one would be dying and not making it to heaven, like living this life in the best way I could, or I thought I was living it, and not being able to make it to heaven, or losing another family member, or losing my husband. Those are things that I fear, but I would have handed them over to God, because, like, as He said, He's not giving us a spirit of fear. So yes.
Yeah, I like that. So we're winding down. We're coming to a close in a very short time. Another question. What's one thing you've accomplished in your life that you are most proud of?
So one thing that I've accomplished thus far that I'm super, super proud of is becoming a home owner. This is something that I never thought that I would have accomplished, at least growing up and how I grew up. So being able to do this is a big accomplishment for me.
All right, I hear that. All right, so we went through 23 questions thus far, and I know persons would have, they got to know you a bit more, but I am sure somebody would like to know, what is this channel going to be about?
Good question. I expected that question, actually. So this channel, I'm hoping and I'm working towards this, at least for now, that this is the plan over time as God allows it to change or grow. So be it. But for now, it will be about having a few dance videos from time to time to uplift you, to encourage you, to push you along your day. From time to time, you might have me singing, or my husband singing, or both of us singing. You never know. Also, I'll be doing motivational videos from time to time, encouraging you on different topic areas. those are some of the things you can expect, and a whole lot of Jesus, because platform is basically to meet a wide audience so that I could go and tell about Jesus. Yes.
Well, I like that. So we are at our final question number 25. How often are you going to post?
The plan is to post once per week. That is the plan right now. Hoping as long as everything goes well, because we know sometimes there are things that we cannot control. But the plan is to post once per week. Eventually, I'm hoping to post at least twice a week or more, but the plan right now is once.
So thank you for answering all of these questions. Yes. So that brings us to the end of Getting to Know Sheantta Henry Q&A segment.
So thank you guys. I must say, so far the support has been really, really good. The encouragement, all of the comments, the testimonies, whatever you would have done so far, likes, share. Thank you so much. Please continue to share. Please comment on this video, as they would normally say comment below. Please comment, leave a comment. Let me know if this Getting to Know You would have helped you in any way, if you've learned something new about me. Whatever the case may be, just comment below and share. I want to remind you guys to always be yourself. Be reminded that your mistakes do not define you. They do not define you. You have the final say in terms of making decisions past what mistake you would have made. So make smart choices. And I also want to say, if you do not know Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, I do hope that through this channel or through this video, you will get to know Him as your Lord and Savior. Thank you for watching.